You've seen them on the hill. You've seen them in the dirt. But just how much do you know about the skateboarder? Something is happening in Lowndes Park. Something huge, something dangerous. An epidemic of gargantuan proportions beyond the comprehension of any human creature. This is a tale some may find deeply disturbing, an honest, brutal display of the true nature of the Chesham skateboarding scene. This is 2013, Seen and Not Heard.
I started skateboarding when I was 13 years old. It was my grandma that bought me my first skateboard because I really wanted one. And later that year, both my brother and I got skateboards for Christmas, and that was the first good setup I had. The first one that I had was a skateboard, and I did ride it a lot, but obviously it had a very short life. So the first skateboard I got, I suppose I was 13 and a half, and I think I rode that for a whole year before I replaced anything on it. But yeah, the first setup was probably cost about £20. And then I think when Mum and Dad found out about how much a good skateboard cost, that was when it had to wait till Christmas. I can still even remember what it was. It was a Guy Mariano girl skateboard with Destructo trucks and Spitfire wheels. Well, for one, over the past, I don't know, ever since Tony Hawk's released his first computer game, there's been a massive amount of money spent on skateboarding, which is something that it lacked before. And one of the highlights of skateboarding for me is the fact that I can travel with it. I can take, you can always take your skateboard with you wherever you go. The highlight of skateboarding for me, the fact that you can take it anywhere. And that's the same with any practical skill. So it's once you've learned the skill, you don't forget it. opening the birthday present that you never thought you were going to get. That's probably the best way to describe it. Your parents told you when you were little, oh, sorry, we can't afford this birthday present that we want to give you. And then you get to your birthday, you open it, and they got it for you. That is the kind of feeling.
I can't breathe. And I'm getting it on tonight with a gay hooker, and that's alright if you're into that shit, and I am a tiny bit, but I'm being paid quite a bit. £100 or so, that's an exaggeration, it's only £7, but I need the money to pay back my dad for the condoms he bought me, because that's just a fad of me blowing them up and dropping them on people's heads, because I'm a cool person like that, not a loner in any way, because I like to spend my time popping balloons on people's heads. Say yay, because I like that shit, don't you? Because it's a party time with a Panasonic HDS TMF55 Full HD 1920 x 1080p, because everybody loves that, including me.
Why you discriminate against me? Because I'm the odd one? No, it's because I'm the cool kid and you're just jealous of me. No, it's because, I don't know, I'm different. I guess I'm kind of an attention seeker, but don't mean to be. And I can do some weird stuff.
Tentacle fingers.
Hare-ronne, shendai-de-quero. Hare-ronne, hare-ronne. Ae-shambari-quela minno bande umbae gandigo.
So Phil, where's Theo?
Don't know.
Wait, is that his New York shoes? Oh, there he is. Look. Oh, he looked like Adolf Hitler then. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. I might be fat and fall down the gap. I might get stuck. The train might go. Rip my balls off. Don't you know it might be unsafe to have a gap by the train? So, NHS, hear my plea. Please don't have this gap for me.
Lowndes Park's a lovely place to skate. I've spent quite a lot of my summer every year at Chesham Skate Park ever since I've been skateboarding. Yeah, I spend a lot of time in Lowndes Park. It's a nice spot, and it's nice and easy to get to. It's not like it's a long walk like some of the local skate parks are.
Ah, Lowndes Park is it a nice place to skate? Yes and no. It's good because it's been voted one of the best parks in the country, not for the skate park, but just for the sheer layout of it. There's just massive grass things to chill on, so when you've had a skate you can go lie on the grass and chill out. But at the same time, no, it's not a good place to skate because the ramps are small. There's a lot of little idiots who lurk at the park and just ruin it for others, and it's too small, so when the BMXers turn up you've got nowhere to skate, and there's no rails, there's no boxes apart from the main box, there's no little manual pads or nothing. But yeah, I still could say that I love it, and when I'm away, especially when I'm up in Chester where I do uni, yeah, you miss it so much. The little things about it. That spine, I've learned every single trick I've got on that spine, and I've taken them elsewhere. People think I'm really cool.
The spine's my favourite thing about Chesham, to be honest. It's my favourite thing to skate there. Just doing airs to flat on the spine and whatever I can manage to fit in mid-air.
We make do. Like, there's not much to like skate there. Like, it used to be fat when we had the rails, but the council took them out for some bizarre reasons.
That one used to be there, got removed because a fat guy from the council drove into it or something.
Did you film that?
I think in terms of a time or a period of time that I've most enjoyed, I wouldn't be able to name the year, but there's certainly, you know, very fond memories of just the summer and the community that was, you know, there was a summer where it sort of peaked and there was a, you know, such a vibe around the park. You know, everyone, even non-skaters, would be sitting there, and you'd skate, you'd interact with the people, and you know, it was just a community sort of spirit there. And I think that's sort of remained, and that's why it's good to have a skate park.
How did this SST skateboarding video come about, and what does the acronym stand for?
SST? You know what, I'm not even sure I've seen that.
You haven't?
I'm not sure I have.
Have you got a computer now?
Yeah, man, let's
sure. Right, see what happens.
Is that me?
I've not seen that before. No, that's funny. It's pretty weird, to be honest. It's absolutely ages ago. Although I don't think half of them tricks I probably do now.
Cool. How did you get into skating? And yeah, if you could give like a brief introduction how it started.
How I got into skating? It was back in like year 6 or something, in primary school. Me and a couple of guys just started doing it really. Started skating in the playground like after school, vandalising their benches.
There's a video entitled Seatown Rollers from 10th of September 2006.
Yes, there is.
Featuring you and Charlie Costello and others. Do you have anything to say about that?
It was good fun. Don't know, I didn't think that we got much skating in Chesham in. But obviously it's called Seatown Rollers, so it was mostly Chesham skaters. Yeah, it was back in the day when me, Mike Shreve, Ashley Blaken just go out and skate really.
Gay ass knee.
It's true, it is a gay ass knee. But I can still push around on it.
Still kick you in the face with it. Yeah,
I got
Stop on it! I'm moving away. I don't like it. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what would be funny. I'm going to take the camera off you in a minute. I'm going to perch it slightly in that tree so it's facing down. I'm going to watch you on the video afterwards on YouTube jumping at it. This. Hours. Until the battery runs out. Where the fuck? Oh, I don't want to go down there actually.
Do you want a busted iPod?
Oh, fuck. Does it work at all?
No, it doesn't. Look!
Well, I mean, have you charged it?
Yeah, I charged it and it nearly fucking blew up. Broken. I know it's not yours. No. With the 2.7 like pieces, I'm going to gut you. Like that. Carry on. Until there's nothing left.
Oh, Ashley, bloody hell. Yeah,
Oh,
no, he was someone else that I didn't mention. Like, he used to skate with Ashley quite a lot. He was quite the amazing skater, really. I would have thrown flower petals under his wheels like when he was rolling past and that, but didn't have any flower petals obviously, so I didn't. But
it was, I think, way above my league, to be honest. Head over the wheelie bin, over the spine. That was sick. That was ridiculous. Yeah, that was big air.
Ashley Blaken is arguably one of the best skaters that's ever come out of Chesham. You know, I remember even when he started, and he's early on, it was shortly after the skate park was built. I remember him not really being able to ollie at the time, but still being able to do hand plants on the half pipe at Chesham. And at that point, you just thought, well, this guy's gonna be a pretty good skateboarder.
It was at some point in, I think, August or September of 2009, and Ashley talked to my brother about making a sponsor me video, and my brother agreed. And so this is the first day they were spending together on this mission to make this film.
That's the one I want. Right there.
Ashley had quite a problem to begin with the council gap, because when he was about 13, it was the first kind of real gap he'd done, and it's also, I mean, it's a leap of faith in the sense that you can't really see where you are until you've landed, and so he was a bit nervous to do it, and at one time we thought he was going to fly over because he went at it from the wrong angle, and that was quite scary.
Oh! Fucking drain, man. Didn't you see that? Oh, fuck, you could have gone right over. You okay? Yeah, wrap my pants.
And so he ollied it, back 180'd it, and then went for the kickflip.
So shit. Might stick to stairs. Might just be a really bad kind of snap of something. I can feel it twitching. Oof. Gross.
Should have said my whole career's gone to waste.
No way, man. Give it like 2 months. Alright. I'll have to relearn things. And maybe not try stupid gaps like that.
Hello, is this Ash's mother? Yeah, sorry, I'm just calling. I was with Ash and he's just been sent to A&E. It's not anything too serious, it's a knee injury. He was skateboarding and yeah. It's Stoke Mandeville Hospital. Yeah, I called an ambulance for him and he's fine. Yeah, sorry, Joseph. No problem. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, phone the hospital. It might have been called in already, or you can just find him. They've just set off to go there. Yeah, I'm sorry I have to be the bearer of bad news. Yeah, it was, it's either, well, they don't know what the problem is, but he was just doing a skateboard trick and kind of went badly and his leg pushed the other way. Yeah. Alright, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's it. Yellow.
Can't see the yellow.
Exactly. You can't see the yellow, but it goes all the way down there to my swollen ankle. I have like a fat man's leg. Yeah, man. Leg again.
He was very dedicated to skating, and you know, and he reaped his rewards because he was awesome. I'm speaking in past tense because I haven't seen him in a few years. Hopefully he's still skating now.
I got into skateboarding because my mum is a badger and my dad was a beaver. And yeah, my mum loves wood, which woman doesn't. The badger was the first one to buy me a skateboard, and yeah, it all just progressed forwards from that.
¿Qué pasó?
Que yo nunca podría, pues mira que aquí estoy, trayendo guapería, con el Salmo 21 vengo, sabe, vacilando, ya todo el mundo aquí, estoy
Yeah, boy.
Sure.
Biffy! Biffy!
I got into skateboarding at about the age of, yeah, it must have been about 13, 14. Just took it up because a couple of mates in my local area, they'd just got boards and they were skating pretty well. My mate Ollie, who you won't have heard of, but he's from back in Milton Keynes, and yeah, pretty much skated with him for about 6 months, and then he moved away. So yeah, I pretty much gave up on the skateboarding, but I could ollie by then. And then when I moved over to Chesham, a couple of new lads from around the area they'd only just got into it, and I sort of like teaching them how to do an ollie, and then they said I was pretty good, so I pretty much carried on with it and just kept at it until now. So it's been about 8 years solid. One of the best times I've ever had at the park was it had just started mild rain, so it was sort of spitting, and so all the ramps were slightly slippy, but just good enough so that you could sort of do tricks and stuff on it. And my mate Sam, who hasn't skated for very long and he hasn't put a lot of effort into it, but he was landing frontside flips, sliding them out just that little bit before he came down on the ramps and stuff. It was crazy. That was one of the days. It was awesome. Another good time was when I got really drunk and threw a kebab over my mate Dave's head. But that's nothing to do with skating. Oh, the feeling of landing a trick. That's words can't describe. It's just. Oh, words cannot describe how good it is. Sort of. The only way I could put it is. Oh, I don't even know how I could put it. To say, yeah. When you land a trick, there's definitely the euphoria at first, and it's even better when you land a trick and look to the side and notice that people have seen that you've landed that trick, and that you've been trying it for a while and you haven't got it, and then all of a sudden you get it, and it's just so good that everybody shares that sort of magic with you.
I guess I started when I was about probably 7 or 8, just outside my house, just working out how to like pop an ollie and stuff. So I guess I didn't properly start skateboarding till I was about 10. Then the skate park opened when I was about 11, 12, when it was a basic godsend really, a place to actually skate rather than kind of meeting people, and if they have a board just say, oh, do you want to go for a skate, blah blah. So about 10 when I started properly skateboarding, and I'm now 20 years old, so yeah, good 10 years of solid pain and accomplishment basically. Because my predominant skating, the things that make me feel good is like kind of high velocity tricks. I'm less on the kind of techier side of things. Landing a trick like landing a big air, like clearing a box, doing a massive grab over something, it's like no other feeling you can describe, because with skateboarding you're working at the same tricks, and until you get that, which is the thing that I love about skateboarding, is perseverance. Once you actually get to that stage, all the falling over, all the stacks, all the cuts, all the broken bones, now it's all worth it basically. So the feeling of landing a trick is pure accomplishment, man, basically. Quite a hard one to explain, because the feeling that you get isn't like from anything else. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it.
I'll be down on Friday, and I'll try.
So, what do you do for a living?
No.
Why are you interviewing Cameron?
Oh, you're interviewing Cameron, but you won't even. Wait, who invited
or half
you here?
empty.
Matt. Okay.
Cameron, what do you do for a living? Okay, fine. Let's interview. What do you?
Amersham's gay.
Is the cup half full or half empty? That's not an answer. Where's the hesitation? What's the answer? Was it used in a sacrificial content? Is the sheep dead?
Yeah.
Can you help me get blood out of my carpet?
Yeah.
How?
Well, it's kind of like a hula.
Does blood stain?
Yes.
So how are you going to get it out of my carpet?
Oh yeah.
You get vanish.
Shut up!
Fakey ollie!
I'm on crack here.
That's worrying, man. 12-year-olds on crack. No good.
13! You're not 13. Shut up! I'm 11. When are you 12? I reckon Harry could beat him up. I reckon Harry could beat Miles up. Actually, you can. It's been proven. No, of those big foam things.
His little brother.
I beat up with a foam stick. I beat the crap out of Will with a big foam stick. I beat the crap out of Harry with a big foam stick.
You guys are hard.
I know. I'm hardcore.
No, you're not, Mike. You're ginger.
You're gay. Yeah! Who's that? What? Well, no, damage was already
Michael,
done.
you're so bad at combat. You're not much better, Theo.
Yeah! You were done!
Your mum's a stone!
Any more questions?
Theo, open your mouth. I want to urinate.
Cut! I'm letting you back! Cut! What? Let's get again!
We're done, Ollie. Ollie's already been done. Oh, I can't do it.
Unlucky, man.
I set an Ollie over this. It counts as a different trick.
Halfway through.
Ollie over that. Go faster! No, you're doing... Hey!
Fuck off, man. That's a do-over, and you know it. You know it. Do-over.
Come on, you Scott!
Oh! What do you think? What do you think about the outcome in a minute?
It sucks.
Time wasting! Time wasting! It's flat ground only! Get up and eat!
I waited you!
You just got half a letter for loitering.
And just people in general. Go again.
Yeah, scumbag t-shirt, now get on it. It's been rigged! It's been rigged! Oh, fuck! You alright?
Oh.
You wanna get up or are you gonna lay down for a bit? Alright, that
Oh, that leaves Theo
what is that?
winner.
Theo wins by what? What is it? It's called default, my friend. It's called default. Honestly, gonna let him win. Are you gonna let him win? You can't let him win.
You're gonna let some little punk ass bitch beat you?
Yeah. Who loves Brandon Beeble?
I'm
Dressed like a
13.
scumbag. Check it out. From behind, this kid looks like a toadstool because of the helmet.
Hey, wait, no, that's what. Okay.
Yeah, big thumbs up.
There goes.
Just gonna play it safe for a while. Hello there, you devilish human being. How are you?
One more. I want to ref a real game, not like you versus him.
That is fucking terrible. Come on, end it before you puke. Punch him in the face, in the peace sign. Are you ready to end this? If you do, puke down his t-shirt. Yeah! Got it, Theo, boss one. You got 2 tries, it's your last letter. For what, the 15th time?
One go.
Oh, that's one go that I completely missed. My apologies.
One more go.
Bad manning of the camera. What? Nah. It's all in aid of, I don't know. Yeah, fine. Right, that's it. We're done. Got crowned champion. The concussed one. Won against the scumbag.
Who's the one who's going to get picked on next?
I'm thinking Dan, just because he's ginger.
He's can do shit. Only when he gets back from Canada. Is that where it's gone?
Okay, I have a question for you. How do you feel being able to actually do tricks and not have everyone telling you you're a pussy? How does it make you feel? Where do you feel it, Theo? Where do you feel it?
In my heart.
In his heart. Isn't that lovely, ladies and gentlemen?
What's that?
Gangsters, man. West side.
Oi, mate, oi. There you go. Yeah, wait.
Fuck you, Theo.
Yeah! What? Education shit, schooling shit. Yeah, don't wanna work, I just want free money. Got loads of money, got my Louis Vuitton clothes, but I don't have money to buy them with. So, got a nice car, but don't own a house. Got a Mercedes, but don't own a house. Got a Mercedes, but don't own a house.
And here's a story about being free.
Yeah, that's the thing about time. You know its nature is relative. And that's the thing about crime. It's in the nature of all of us. Memory presses onward, vainglorious. Come on and get us golden climbs. The moment we sing, we give this expression, and at once and the same moment, we make our confession. Views of the landscape, views of the sky. Views of the holy and the divine.
I used to like watching like Jackass and shit when I was little, like 6 or 7. My sister used to watch it. I'd watch it as well, and they used to do crazy like skateboarding and that on that, and I thought it was really cool. And then my friend Dan used to skate, and I used to think it was sick then, but I couldn't even stand on board. That was when I was about 6 or 7, same age, and he used to watch Jackass as well. So that'd been in like 2001, 2002, and then when I was about 14 or 15, I got a longboard, and I used to go down hills and shit on that. And then about 2 years ago, I got a smaller board, that one, and then I found it more fun because you could like, it was just more practical. You could like go like quicker on them, if that makes sense. You could like skate park and shit, and that's really cool. I hate being inside all the time, so when it's Saturday and you just go out and skate, like, because you've got mates to meet up with, like, there's always going to be skaters, isn't there? Like, because I meet up with you, Phil, James, anyone who skates really, Rauiri. Like, Chesham's quite a, like, not the worst park, but like, it's pretty dodgy. So if you're learning stuff, like I say, if you're learning stuff, like tricks on like a dodgy park, or like you do it better on something that's a good ramp, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it's just something you do, like, oh, I'll try that today, and you like might eat shit the first 5 or 6 times, and then you just get it, and you're like, yeah. Or you get really close to it, and you might like land with your hands just like, or on your knees, and you might like skid out or something. I think if you're trying a trick, it's like with everything, you'll see someone do it, or you'll think about it, you'll land one trick wrong, say, and then it will look like another trick, and you're like, oh shit. Like, when I wanted to do my 5-0s bigger, like 5-0 grinds, I started doing Smith grinds and shit, and that's why I can do Smith grinds now, because like I can't do 5-0s for shit, but I can do, well, Smith grinds are pretty crap to be honest, but it's just that thing, like you try and do one thing, you end up doing something else, and then you keep on trying it, and then you might get it, or you might just not do it at all. So you're like, oh, I'll try 5-0, you do a Smith, and it's like, oh, I'll try a Smith, and then you just bail. I don't know.
I was about 14 and a mate of mine started skateboarding and I thought it looked really cool. Ended up getting a battered old deck, a pair of trucks that came off a Turtles skateboard and a set of wheels off a pair of roller boots, and started on that. And when my parents saw how much time I was spending on it, they eventually sort of got me a set-up for my birthday, and I never really looked back from there. Well, looking back, the glory years were after, say, 6 months skating experience, where I'd sort of gotten really into it, and then starting to go out with my mates from school to London and Milton Keynes, and we started filming each other and got really into it. And basically, we just visited all the spots that we saw off the videos, and it was, you know, those were just the best days. Basically, you know, we'd spend a whole day out there and come back battered and bruised, but you know, feeling really satisfied that we'd landed a certain trick, and every week coming back feeling like you bettered yourself from the previous week. It's a sort of culmination of so many attempts at trying it and failing and getting that little bit closer, and when you finally nail it, it's a great feeling, because you're always visualising how it will be when you first land that trick, and then when you actually do it and it all actually happens underneath your feet, then that's just magic, basically.
Yeah.
When I lived in Canada, my next door neighbour was a skateboarder. We got the first ever Tony Hawk's game on N64 and we fucking loved it. Used to rinse it out every day after school. But it was a really wet day when I was about 13. I'd been hanging down the skate park, meeting new people, and Tom Harrison and Jordan were out. It was a horrible, muddy, wet day. I was in my school uniform and they were just having a little laugh skating about, and I tried to have a little skate, and I tried to do a boneless because Tom Harrison was really good at them at the time, and I got pretty close to doing it on my first try, but I fell over and I got my uniform so muddy, and I just kept going down the park and borrowing people's boards and stuff, having a little roll about. Then for my birthday I got like a really nice blueprint deck with some black Venture trucks, blueprint wheels and bearings, which I still use to this day. Personally, I think you get a massive kind of relief, because you're like, thank fuck, all my hard work's starting to pay off. You get like a little kind of sense of joy, because you can now do this new trick, and you're thinking in your mind like, fuck man, I can put this in here, I can put this in here. You're just thinking how you can expand on it, what you can learn from it, and you're just like getting to the next plateau of skill or whatever, and it's addictive. It's very much no pain, no gain, and when you get the gain, it's so much more worth it. Cause you may bail 1,000 times and hurt yourself, but when you land it, you don't give a fuck.
Could you tell me a bit about this session you had when you were trying to air over the railing with Skippy and that lot, the whole thing?
I don't know what to say. Skippy tried it and I thought, hey, that looks fun. I tried it and got surprisingly closer to it than I thought. Didn't quite land it. I landed it on the board, but the fall from that drop, it just made my knees buckle every time. And I literally, one time, the last one, my knee kind of bent in slightly and it really fucking hurt, but I had to walk it off.